Ladies and gents, welcome to our 1v1 Amateur League tournament. We've got £50 on the line, and in the blue color, this is Shadow. This is just the first round of today's event. And on the other side, we've got Qonquetol. I can't pronounce whatever his actual gamer tag is, so we're just going to use his website username. He's going to go with Decimus. And now the Amateur League means that we're basically banning everybody that's established in the tournament scene, right? If you're more than 3 MMR in terms of your rating in 1v1, you're not allowed. That's it. The grunts and the choppers are coming in for some immediate pressure, shutting down the UNSC gathering outside of the base, forcing Shadow back into the Shadow realm, I suppose. Oh yeah, that's brutal. The Marines start getting bullied hard, and you know, there's still some gathering going on in the back here. There's even a sensor tower for a quick mini base, so Qonquetol has learned definitely from other players. He did say he was getting some coaching before from some of the top players in the Amateur League. Shadow is currently forgetting to put down extra buildings, which is definitely hurting the economy. I mean, he went Generator second to start with, so that was, you know, a little bit wild. Anyways, as cutter, because you kind of want the extra Marines out in the early game, right? Well, we're going to have an early barracks as well on the main base, rather than, you know, populating the slots first and then putting it on a mini or something. Double Generator, a good follow-up from our Decimus player, I would say, because it allows you to be more economic. You upgrade this thing quickly, then you get the harvesters, then you spam grunts from all your minis that you're purchasing at the same time, which is a little sloppy here. The mini timings are a little bit slow, but that's okay. As long as this gets followed up properly with grunts in the future, then you can take the power nodes, and you're not that far off really from the pro players. But every little bit counts, every little bit matters over time. I just noticed we got the 1v1 text on the screen. Sorry, 2v2 text. Let's change that to 1v1. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Let's go. By the way, the leader pool for these guys is here on screen. So after this, we're gonna still have Anders, Yap Yap, and Isabel available for Shadow in this best of 3, and for Qonquetol, there's gonna be Forge, Colony, and Wordus. We've gotten rid of bans in the draft format. But drafting still does mean that you're not able to, you know, play something that the other guy has picked. So they're basically picking the leaders 1v1, and then it blocks the other guy's access to the same leader. So we'll never have mirror matches. It's going to be interesting. The players have to do some learning, but it's not as brutal as with bans. Because with bans, you just get rid of the best leaders that you want to use anyway. And guess what? Those are the leaders that you're going to be playing in ladder anyway, most likely. So those are also the leaders that you're going to come across most likely. If we have too many bans, it turns out the players can't practice. And we found this out specifically in the Pro League, where we've had a lot of Serena and Johnson matches, and like nobody knows what's going on. I don't want to put the amateurs through that. At least the pros are probably dedicated enough to, you know, give it a shot. But then they get their own little Serena versus Shipmaster matches, and you know, life is tough. Life is tough. You can't practice that. Shipmaster is just Giga Chad. And then something like Arbiter gets banned, or whatever it is, depending on the player. Okay, so Shadow got a very interesting Mexican generator, and he's floating a lot of resources. I almost want to see another Mexican generator. I am kidding. I don't want to ever. I would never. Don't do that, guys. When you put a generator on the mini base like that, it's going to be extremely risky, and eventually someone's going to go and get it, you know? Especially with Decimus, you're at risk of playing against someone that will just spam brutes in tier 2, right? The tier 2 timing is really on point, and we've got the other raid camp follow-up as well, which I really hope will be Dark Skies brutes. So one of the reasons I don't like the Warlord immediately here in tier 2 is because you already got a really good amount of grunts out, supposedly. But then again, this number of grunts right now is not great. So I would have hoped that was a bit more or something. Those are not bad. Suicide Grunts don't really manage to connect with anything, and the Spartan Slam is nice as well. You gotta be a little careful and disengage. Like I said, you would have needed a lot of grunts, and we just haven't seen that yet. A beam would be nice to counter the ODST satchels. Oh my god, they've eaten it. The grunts have eaten it, and the split against the beam is actually really good. Like, say what you want about Shadow's build order and lack of buildings early on in general, but the split was god tier. That was beautifully executed. He wiped out all the grunts, and now he can go and punish Qonquetol. Okay, the Warlord is getting an upgrade, but by himself, he's not enough to deal with this. And this is the problem when you don't have the Brutes out, or even Elites, for this early stage of Tier 2, and Cutter just gets to capture 5 power nodes, and they get drop turret next, and, you know, Spartan Slam in mine. You're gonna be in trouble. You need a really solid Tier 2 army to deal with this, and yeah, that can be Elites, that can be Brutes with the mine, with the Dark Skies upgrade. I like Dark Skies because it allows you to put on pressure yourself, so that's pretty nice. The Ranger build is much more defensive. We're gonna see a transition into Warthogs, apparently. Nobody expects to Cutter Warthogs, so Shadow is really getting it together here, especially with the extra base expanding. That's very nice to see as well. But you know what? This Warlord is gonna pack quite a punch himself. Plus, adding the Marauders does mean that you have at least some building damage, but getting rid of that raid camp, I don't really love that. I'm still the Brute guy here. Oh, they're probably gonna find this base as it upgrades. There's plenty of Marines to save it. The Marines don't have grenades, let alone combat tech. There's generally not a lot of power for Shadow because he didn't go for a third generator. That's something you really want to sort out as soon as you hit that Tier 2. So now we're floating all these supplies and there's nowhere for them to go. I mean, you can put them on this new base, obviously, but we're just not seeing that. I like the triple sniper here. That's going to be a good counter to our boy over there. Oh, the mines are going to stop the escape. Very nice. Base does need healing very urgently, and I don't think Shadow's going to have it. But then again, there's not a lot of base damage. Boundless Siphon is in, so this hero is just slowly but surely healing. The Vortex is going to come down on all the infantry, including the snipers now, which is going to shut them down quite a lot. In fact, there's no more snipers right now. Diego isn't going to be doing great damage against the hero, but he walks over the mine anyway. So Diego is going to be going down, and guess what? The Decimus army is OP. Even without the extra base, even without the power nodes. Now UNSC might be able to hold on. Just barely. Satchel gets eaten once more. Qonquetol is hungry. Oh, by the way, he doesn't have a flag because the tool doesn't have his flag. He's from Pakistan. Good to see someone from that area of the world too. We need all the flags, Sean. I think in the casting tool. Not sure if he's around right now, actually. But oh, the base is done. It's finished. I don't want to play anymore. So what's Shadow gonna do about what is that? What happened? Who did? That was a barracks, right? I don't think you really want to get rid of that though. I love the Twitch chatters would love to play, but they've got work, man. Wish you all won the lottery, then you could do whatever the hell you wanted. It's always such a bummer to hear about so many people having to work these weekends. There's a lot of Halo Wars players too, that's why I'm so bummed out about it especially. There's always gonna be some, but it's actually a lot. And we do have combat tech marines now, but this is kind of not the phase of the game where you want to spam them anymore. And I'm really worried that Qonquetol actually is gonna bring out the big Decimus boy very soon. It's a good slam, getting the Spartan there. The brutes are also going to do their jump. Of course, the Spartan doesn't care about the stun as long as the cooldown is fine for his own jump. Diego is back. Vortex is going to get the Spartan kill or secure it anyway. Only one gen. No, there's one in the back. We're good. There's a Mexi gen. Once again, a really good split against the beam. It's just there's not enough stuff here to actually defend against the onslaught. And of course, the big boy comes through. Not the best damage on the base with that one. If you really go close, then all the beams basically will be hitting the first of targets. So if you can manage to stand next to a turret and generator, for example, that's going to be a very high amount of damage. Either way, this is fine. Shadow doesn't have units, and Qonquetol did what had to be done. So Shadow, I guess, will be blowing up his minis momentarily, and no. We found the resignation button. Didn't want to see the stats. That's gonna be 1.4 Qonquetol, strong start. Not much to add. Would have liked to see some brutes early, but you know, faster tier 2 comes with some risks. We've seen that, but good recovery. But ladies and gents, we've got our second game here. Shadow in the blue color will be playing as the Yapper. On the other side of the map, we've got Qonquetol, and he's gonna go in with Warridus. A really good pick, as on Mirage, you do tend to fight a lot over the minis. And from the minis, you can just pump brutes into the other minis. That should mean a lot of money for Warridus player, as combat spoils is allowed in Rising Star and Amateur leagues. Just the Pro League where we ban it. Because it happens to have a... Oh, that mine actually detonated there. Because Warridus happens to have a 70% win rate at the highest levels, less at normal levels, but yeah, at the top level is disgusting, just not even fair. Okay, Shadow gets the middle mini. No surprise there for a Yap. But I potentially would have liked to see a third Harvester before power extractors come in. Just because on this one, it's probably best if you secure the side minis on top of everything as well. All of cannon fodder getting trained, which is always nice to see. Very late mini base there for Qonquetol, I have to say. Yeah. A comment in YouTube that it's funny we get the Banished in Halo Wars 2, then 343 barely uses Atriox in the mainline Halo game, and then abandons Halo Wars. I mean, they abandoned almost the whole Banished business in aggregate as well, right? Like they're now a minor faction after the events of Infinite. It's kind of sad. No! This is anti-micro. You finish off the weak one, guys. There you go. You know, guys, if you let units live, believe it or not, they will keep attacking. By killing them, you remove their DPS from the equation. You'd be surprised how big of a difference it makes in low number battles, especially. So if you got like a 3 versus 4 scenario of the same unit, focus firing or not will make all the difference. That harvester is already under attack, but there's no anti-building business here. There are some mines, but they're gonna be used on the cannon fodder, interestingly. Oh, actually, they're really clumped up, so it's okay. That killed a lot of them. Grunt Riders are coming in to try and defend Shadow. But those explosions from Goo Boy have done a lot of damage, right? There were two of them, obviously, that get to explode, so it's a lot over time. The upgraded turret here is gonna hold back the grunts for now, however. The two minis probably would be doing their best to pump towards the middle and just try to overwhelm those grunt riders, but that's not the case at the moment, and running into this turret with just a handful of grunts is not gonna be strong enough of an attack. Qonquetol will be aware of this going forward after watching this cast. And for Shadow, my main advice would have been to make sure to grab the side minis on top of everything. But he's in survival mode right now. He's gone for 2 extractors. He's getting 4 turrets. So he's absolutely making sure that he's not going to go down here. Technically, he hasn't done anything too wrong, but you can see that he has some extra supplies, and spending them on some extra minis just means that you can produce more later. Maybe that extractor could actually get taken down by a bunch of extra brutes. If there's no serious reinforcements from Shadow, then he is looking at a problem. The FF also doesn't have a super easy heal, like you'll need engineers. Are we gonna get engineers? Doesn't look like it. The Grenadiers are terrible against buildings, but they add a little tickle damage. It's not much, but it's something. Maybe they can stand next to the extractor to get the explosion damage too. Gutex? Yeah, that's surprisingly good against buildings, actually. For the little time it lasts. And it gets the extractor too. A bit of extra power there for Qonquetol, and should be able to go for a tier 2 transition from here really easily. Those 4 turrets are still going, and they'll keep going. Shadow on really low power here. Even though he's killed those Sentinels a long time ago, he still hasn't captured the power node, sadly. That's not great. 1 brute at a time, this is getting taken care of. I mean, at this point, when you really identify that the guy is still going for it, you might as well get out a few choppers, right? It would have been nice. Another brute. You've got to be kidding me. He's gonna get another kill? Why are the unit counts so damn low? Okay, finally a real counterattack. Shade turrets have been dropped in as well. Bunch of brutes. And we've got freaking tier 1 gubbos. You don't do that, sir. They're really not that great. Once you have the Shorestorm launcher upgrade, it's like they're twice as good. So that's like a significant upgrade that you want to have. I would not use them without it, to be honest. No wonder Shadow didn't have power. Good little counter-offensive for sure. Beams coming down on the Goo Boys. But there's more Goo Boys flying in. Would have been better to beam those. Especially as they spawn in, that's a really good opportunity to beam them. But now the Marauders should be shutting down everything here pretty much. No issue going forward. It's a good amount of experience as well. No wonder the 4th point is already in. I mean, at some point we'll see a Cataclysm at this rate. Tier 2 has been long done. We should see Dark Skies. very, very soon indeed. All the pads are upgraded, so that's really good to see from Qonquetol. Probably a good idea to buy a second base. Oh, the Warriors hero is out. And his upgrades are coming too. Shadow still in tier 1, now starting to make some choppers. It's a little late for that. Tried Halo Flashpoint, not at all. Honestly, I have not been a super fan since Infinite anymore. Like 10 years ago, I would read all the new books that come out and stuff, but not anymore. I think a lot of the hype is just... it's been destroyed, you know? Infinite... Infinite really wasn't up my... street. Oh, gobbles, man. Getting owned. I mean, can you believe it? Infinite was almost 6 years ago. That is insane. They used to, when I was a youngling, there used to be a Halo game like every other year. Are you kidding me? Halo 1, 2001, yeah? Halo 2, 2004, Halo 3, 2007, ODST and Halo Wars, I believe in 2009. Then 2010, it was Reach. 2012, I believe it was Halo 4. Like, that's some serious frequency. 2015, Halo 5. 2017, Halo Wars 2. That's not a bad cadence. And after Infinite, it just kind of stopped. That was 2020 or something like that, as I recall. Anyways, Dark Skies are in. I don't know where Dark is, but these are his guys. Shield just in time, but I'm not sure it's enough to save Shadow. Is he gonna have Shard Storm Launcher? He's only getting the heal upgrade for them now. Oh no. These are baby goblins. Cataclysm, let it burn. Oh no, even the gobbo isn't fixing it up. There's a decent beam in there. For some reason, the Warriors heal isn't in. Not sure what happened with that. I think Shadow's main is just about to get wrecked here. All we gotta do is just click it. There we go. He's done it for Qonquetol. So that's gonna be a solid 2-zip. Shadow's gonna have, you know, tour of the Shadow Realm and go through the loser's bracket. Good luck there. And with Qonquetol, we're continuing in the winner's bracket. We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support MetaPlays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.